Hello everybody, it's Michael Fletcher and welcome to this another video, another day of the FIFA World Cup. Hello everybody, it's Michael Fletcher. Welcome to this another day, another great afternoon and evening of FIFA World Cup action. If you guys are here in the East Coast, in the North America area, it is blazing hot over here. I hope you guys are safe. I hope you guys are, drink your fluids, take care of the elderly, make sure you guys are okay because it's a scorcher out there. It is wild. Feel like temperatures, it's over 100 degrees, especially where I am where I am here in Rhode Island. National Weather Service is putting a heat warning for the next few days. So please, 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 please be careful out there. Please be advised. If you have air conditioning, please be under it. If you need to be out, don't be out for too long. This weather is intense. But what will definitely set me or make me relax where I don't have to go out and not be out in this heat? The World Cup. 3 games are in the books today. Here we go. We're gonna start it off, and we had the first matchup was England going up against DR Congo, and it was England winning it by the final score of 2-1 in the game. DR Congo jumped England early, got the early goal in the game, and they got the first goal in the 7th minute. That gave them a 1-0 lead. Looked like everything was good for DR Congo, and then Harry Kane showed up, and Kane got a brace. 75th minute, 86th minute, game over. England wins. And now we have a colossal showdown in the round of 16. It will be the 3 Lions of England, El Tri of Mexico. That will go down July 5 from Estadio Azteca in Mexico City. The round of 16 just got really interesting. This is one of those big matchups. To say the very least, and this will be one heck of a showdown, epic battle, as we would say. So you're talking about 2 World Cup giants about to throw down, and this is going to be wild. This game is highly anticipated, highly going to be crazy, and it goes down, like I said, July 5, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. This game will be on Fox and on Telemundo. That's just in the United States alone. Wherever you are around the world, check your local listings for dates and time in your area. But that is one of those battles that's gonna be, it's gonna be a dandy. I will say that. The second game of the 3-game load was Belgium. They went up against hold on one second. It was Belgium. They went up against Senegal. Belgium wins it in extra time. The final score was 3-2. It looked like at first, Senegal was well on their way. They were well ahead. They were up. They basically were dominating the level of play early. Got the 2 goals. Diarra and Sarr getting the goals in the 24th and 51st minute, and then Lukaku comes in as a substitution and immediately jolts the team, gives them the goal in the 86th minute, and then Telemans gets the goal 3 minutes later in the 89th minute. That tied the game. It went basically all the way to extra time. Right before the end of the second extra time, a penalty was called, and it was Tillemans again in the 120 plus 5, getting the game winner. Puts Belgium over the top. 3-2 was the final. They advanced to the round of 16, and they played the winner of the next game that I'm going to be covering in just a moment, which is the USA versus Bosnia and Herzegovina. So, but Belgium wins this game, but if you really think about it, they were very sloppy for about 80, almost 80 minutes of this game. It looked like Senegal was going to run away with this. They were dominant. They actually had the level of play. It wasn't until they started doing the substitutions and when Lukaku came in, that was kind of the minute that everything started to change. Because that was when and it was interesting because they took De Bruyne out of the game. They took Deco out of the game as substitutions for substitutions that happened for Belgium. So they took two of their best players out, subbed them out, and then Lukaku came in at the 45th minute, right after half, and he absolutely flipped this game on its head. He became such the momentum seeker, and it was at that moment you knew, Belgium is going to make their run. It's only a matter of time before they do. Sure enough, one goal went through, then a second one, like literally minutes later. It was bang, bang, 2-2, and you're looking and you're like, oh my God, what the heck? And Belgium gets the third in stoppage time right before it got to penalties. And my goodness, Belgium just stunned Senegal. Heartbreaker for Senegal. Belgium once again makes it to the round of 16, and they are one step closer to the FIFA World Cup. And then, of course, the third game, it's the big one. USA versus Bosnia and Herzegovina. The United States wins the round of 32 game. They advance to the round of 16. They win it by the final score of 2-0. It started right before halftime. Balogun getting the goal for the United States. That set them up. That started the whole shebang. That started all the fun. But then Ferran Balogun got red carded in the 64th minute due to what was deemed a very dangerous play, and immediately the fans jumped and said, wait a minute, this is very similar to Lionel Messi in Algeria in the group stage, the first game. He stomped on the guy's ankle, Crean stomped on the leg and the ankle, and you didn't call red on that game. Yet this is a red card? The U.S. contingent is absolutely beside themselves. They are furious. And on top of that, Balogun has been suspended for the next game. He will not be eligible to play against Belgium. He is now suspended for that game. He cannot compete. And if FIFA really wants to, they could tack on an additional game because this was straight red. Normally, it's up to FIFA to determine the punishment on this one. So this could be multiple games if it's deemed unnecessary and dangerous. So this could be multiple games for Balogun on this one. But at the end of the day, unfortunately, Balogun got booted in the 64th minute, which meant that for the remainder of the game, the USA was going to have to play with 10 men. And then a golden opportunity came in as Malik Tillman, off a free kick in the 82nd minute, buries it and puts the USA at that 2-0 scoreline. And if you know, and I know, as a U.S. soccer fan, 2-0 is a really good score, especially for the United States. I know Mexican fans are kind of covering their ears. saying, Michael, shut up, shut up, shut up. I don't want to hear about 2-0. Because that was the scoreline that the U.S. has beaten Mexico in certain matches, either in friendlies. Of course, everybody remembers the infamous 2002 World Cup in the 2002 World Cup that was in Korea and Japan, and it was, and as a matter of fact, that was in the round of 16, and it was 2-0 USA, 2-0, knocking out Mexico, advancing to the quarterfinals, and that is the furthest that the United States has come in a long time. Obviously, the team USA's greatest run was actually back in 1930, the first ever FIFA World Cup where the United States made it to the semifinals, only to get upended and eliminated by Argentina. And then Uruguay went on to win that FIFA World Cup that year. Of course, the USA is one of the original squads to be in the FIFA World Cup in 1930, and in this day and era, the United States hasn't had that many big moments. This is the first big moment. Getting out of the round of 32, which is big because it is now an expanded field. So round of 16 used to be the traditional knockout stages. So now we got to see, can the U.S. get out of this game? This round of 16 game is going to be very crucial, because if they get through and if they beat Belgium to get to the quarterfinals, this was the expectation for the United States. And this was kind of the planting of the flag moment. If you get to the quarters, this is an utter success for the United States of America. So now, here we are. The moment is going to be Monday night in Seattle. Can they do it? Now, earlier in March, they played each other. It was Belgium versus the USA, and Belgium stomped them 5-2. The final score was 5-2. Belgium had no problems beating the USA. But that was then. This is now. And this U.S. squad is a lot different than the squad that they fielded back in March. This team is more focused. This team feels like they're more united. And I gotta say, Mauricio Pochettino, I don't know what you've been doing. I don't know what type of voodoo you've been cooking. But brother, keep cooking. Because this has been, at least for me, and I don't know how you guys are going to feel about it, the rest of the public, but this has been, I'll honestly admit, probably one of the best runs we've ever seen that the United States has ever had in a World Cup. The success that this team has been unbelievable. Now, they could have wilted when they went down to 10 men, when Balogun got that red card. Like, they could have packed it in, went into a defensive shell, and said no. Like, we're just gonna have to bite some bullets here, and we're gonna have to survive. They actually played with the heart and the passion and the fire, and they actually went attack, attack, attack. Now, they knew they got to be strategic. They had to be smart with their strategy. Today, the United States, los Estados Unidos, gave us an awe-inspiring, heart-racing, and they absolutely did what they needed to do. And in moments of this game, they were the better team today. And I think that's the biggest thing that's coming out of this, is that they were the better squad. They looked better than Bosnia. They looked better than, they had everything that they needed it to do. And maybe the advantage is that they finished their game within that 90-minute time frame, where Belgium had to do the 120. They had to play the full 120 minutes and the whole 9 yards. So it's just what type of recovery will the United States do? And if you're Mauricio Pochettino, what is your lineup going to look like? Because now you got to replace Balogun. Is this where Ricardo Pepi comes in? Are you going to put him? Is Pepi going to be the guy to um fill that? Could you do Tyler Adams? Will he be one of those guys coming in? Because now you got to replace somebody that is going to be absolutely what are like that's going to become the the whole layout is who do you get off this bench that is a striker that you're gonna need in that game, to be in this matchup because that's going to be the be all the end all. Because we're talking about the United States now in a situation that they're gonna have to rely on somebody else. Somebody is gonna have to come out and be that guy for Team USA when we're getting into, without a doubt, the biggest game of what's gonna practically become the biggest game of them all. So what are we gonna look for? Like, what's the setup gonna look for? What are we gonna get? What is gonna be the lineup? What are we gonna get in that one? Because that's gonna be the biggest factor. Now, for me personally, it may be Ricardo Pepi coming in. I think Pepi is gonna be the guy to start to fill out for Balogun. How are they gonna do it? I don't know. But one thing is for sure. This group has had an amazing FIFA World Cup up to this point. And like I said, they need to win this next game. This game here against Belgium, it's gonna be the be all the end all. Because if they win this one and get to the quarters, it's a success. It's a major victory for the United States and for U.S. soccer. So we'll see. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be wild. I can tell you that much. All right, guys. So I'm out of here. 3 games tomorrow. I will recap that for you all. Just to let you know, and I know you guys are like, what are the 3 games? So here are the 3 games to give you guys. We start out with England. No, it's going to be Spain. Spain will go up against Austria. Then there's a major one, and I know a lot of my friends in East Providence are gonna have this. Are gonna have this one very, very. Are gonna be very interested in this game. It's gonna be Portugal versus Croatia, and then we'll have Switzerland and Algeria closing out the night at 11. Once the games go final, you already know what to do. You come back here, and I will recap it all. So until then, I am Michael Fletcher. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful evening. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.